Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And as if you couldn't be more excited for Netflix's live-action Cowboy Bebop, now we have star John Cho coming out and saying that this will not be a shot-for-shot remake. It's take some liberties.
I thought that the creator had said that before, something similar.
Yeah.
But, here's the thing. You can do that as long as you keep you want to keep the characters the same. And I think they're just going to use this. That's code for, let's use it to shove whatever we want to shove in here and change what we want to change. And you have to love it.
Yeah. This is it's going to be a disaster. I mean, it's going to be a disaster between the Faye or faux Valentine situation and now, coming out and saying, hey, this is not going to be a shot-for-shot remake. It's like, why does this even exist?
That's because they want to make money on it. Because it's something that's bankable and recognizable, and Hollywood can't stand it unless they're taking another shit on something that they think, they can leverage the name for.
Merchandising.
I'm just tired of it.
So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 233,000 subs.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you for the support. We do talk about anime, talk about animation, talk about movies, whatever interests us that day. And we've been following the Cowboy Bebop situation because it is going to be a pale imitation of the anime.
And if that's something you're into, then, by all means, you might like it, and that's cool. You're allowed to like it. But people are allowed to not like it as well.
Yeah, so this is coming from Gizmodo. Gizmodo said, don't expect Netflix's live-action Cowboy Bebop to be a straight remake.
Well, I wouldn't expect it to be a shot-for-shot remake. I mean, that's boring. But then there's a difference between being too close to it and being like, what the hell was that? That's where we don't know.
If it wasn't Netflix, I might be more inclined to think that, maybe. But this is Netflix we're talking about. We know this is going to be a disaster, and they're already trying to soften the blow, I think. John Cho knows you can't beat the original anime. You can only do something a little different.
Well, he's right. You can't beat the original anime.
Yeah, the original was pretty much perfect. There's a reason it has amassed legions of fans since 1997. Several reasons. It's got instant, likable, compelling characters.
Yeah, which they're going to change.
Where's Ed? We don't know where Ed is. Ed, well, to be fair, Ed came later in the series, but they're hiding Ed. It's action-packed, also incredibly accessible sci-fi. It absolutely oozes coolness thanks to the greatest score in anime history. John Cho, star of the live-action Cowboy Bebop TV series, knows the problem with perfection. You can't duplicate it, and you shouldn't either.
Well, then don't touch it. If it's already done, don't do it's perfect. Don't mess with it. Oh, you can't beat it. It's perfect. Then why do it?
Because cash money.
Exactly.
And politics.
Right.
Cho refused to sign on to the series until he learned that the live-action Cowboy Bebop wasn't going to be a shot-for-shot remake of the anime.
But I would agree that you don't want it to be exactly the same. But you're going to want the characters to be the characters.
Yeah, we're already seeing that this probably is not going to be the case. And beyond that, I think part of the... And I said before, they can't do a shot-for-shot remake of Cowboy Bebop because it would cost too much money for Netflix.
There's a reason why some things are animated and not live action.
Yeah, the only anime that's come close, the only movie that's come close is Alita. Alita was very, very close to the source material.
How dare you say that word? If you say that word, Hollywood gets pissed.
But we had, hundreds of millions of dollars dumped into special effects. You had James Cameron and 20-some years of development. So that's a huge difference from a Netflix show. Plus, I think James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez actually like the source material.
Yeah, imagine that. What a difference that makes. Yeah, he's about how he didn't want to, he's like, I was like, we're not going to just remake each episode, are we? I didn't want to restage everything exactly frame by frame. I didn't want to do that artistically. And I also thought that was a recipe for encouraging unflattering comparisons. How could you do it better? You can't. You got to do something a little different. How about you don't do it at all? If you can't do better, why do it?
Cash money.
And then, I love this. He's absolutely right. Duplication invites comparison. Just using the name of the show and making a new show with the same characters from the show is going to invite comparison. I'm sorry. There's no way to avoid that.
They're trying to let you down easy, guys. This is why they're doing this.
Don't compare the two because they're not the same. That's what they're telling you.
Damage Control. Oh, you can't compare this live action Netflix remake to the original anime because we weren't trying to.
You
do
could have stopped
that
if we aren't
show.
trying.
We're not trying. We're not even gonna try.
It's like
Dump the cake in the wastebasket and get.
I know, pretty much. It's like if the new show was just going to try to copy Bebop exclusively, it would be a poorer version of the original. So basically, it's going to be a shit show, but it's okay because it's not. You can't compare the two because this isn't the same thing. That's what they're already telling you preemptively. You can't because you can't beat the anime. Then don't try.
Lowered expectations.
No. It needs to honor what made the animated series great, the character supremacy, the tone, while still having its own unique identity. Some changed storylines, or now new storylines are fine.
No!
Some new, less absurd, more practical, and yet still quite sexy outfit changes.
Okay.
That's what it's about.
Some new, less absurd, more practical and sexy. Okay.
She had no problem wearing practical outfits for other shows. God, this is a shit. Load of shit.
This is Damage Control. They know they're fucked. They know what's going to happen is as soon as this show drops, people are going to be like, this is a Xerox copy of...
A Xerox copy.
Of a Xerox copy. Of
I like Pizza Steve. I like Pizza Steve.
It's a Xerox copy of a Xerox copy of a Xerox copy of a Leonardo painting.
But she won't be touching your pee-pee, Steve.
No, nobody's touching anything.
No, I'm sure if she's touching a pee-pee, it's not a boy one. It's Netflix. So I'm just like, they're already telling you it's not. It's Cowboy Bebop paint. It's another show with Cowboy Bebop paint. Is what they're telling you it's going to be. And I normally, they just stop talking, people. Just stop. You're just making it worse. Oh my God. You can't. If it's the same thing, it was shot by shot, you couldn't compare. You would compare it. But now that it's different, you can't compare the two. They're two different things. No, they're not.
One big change is Cho's 49 while Spike Spiegel's 27. That's a large age difference. Actually, I always thought Spike was older, but yeah, I guess he would be. A meaningful change for the series, but one that Cho thinks helps him play Spike more accurately, being almost twice as old. First of all, I couldn't have done the role when I was 27. Maybe I would have been better suited athletically. But in terms of my discipline, I am strangely better suited.
Well, that might just be you, dude. I know a lot of 27-year-olds who are very disciplined. I know a lot of people younger than that are very disciplined.
I don't think it would have done justice to the emotional depth we tried to give Spike. There's always a trade-off. What young men are typically best at as actors is rage, and that might have been a more pronounced element in the character. I'm better at being older, showing weakness and vulnerability in love.
Great. We're going to have a weak, vulnerable, loving...
middle-aged...
No, I mean, I like him, normally.
I just can't. I can't anymore. And why is there not a single Japanese person working on the show?
Don't know.
I mean,
because it doesn't matter. Because it's not the same show. It's a better show. They can't do it better, but they're going to do it better. And if you don't like it, then it's because you're a shitty person. That's
their defense. That's going to be their defense for everything is, it's not the same show. This is a reimagining for current year.
Thing is, I get that you don't want to do the same show. I mean, I have no problem with it. Let's go do new stories and let's go, find new adventures. I'm for that. But you keep the characters the same. You don't change the characters too. You keep the characters the same.
Like I said, I would not be surprised current year if one of these days Star Wars, StarWars.com puts out a memo and says, well, hey, everybody, Luke Skywalker is suddenly a black lesbian in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. Deal with it, man, babies.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd be like, of course.
If you don't like it, it's because you're an intolerant bigot.
It's ageism. You don't like him because he's middle-aged.
I love this so much. They're talking about it's perfect. There's a reason it's amassed legions of fans because it's perfect. But you clearly don't want those fans because then you're basically telling them, yeah, you guys have been the fans for years, but just so you know, it's not going to be your show.
So I'm just like, look, I'm not dissing John Cho, but I'm like...
No, I actually don't mind him normally.
But I'm like... So let me get this straight. It's not going to be exactly the same show. We got middle-aged, loving, kinder, gentler Spike And we've got a less sexy Faye who clearly hated the anime.
Well, she also she hates life in general the whole way through.
Resting bitch face. I mean, Faye was kind of a bitch, but that was perfect. And none of these characters are. I mean, for all this,
she was a fun bitch.
She was a fun bitch.
There's a difference.
I don't think
there's bitch and fun bitch. There's a difference.
Foe is not a fun bitch. She's a bitch.
That's right.
Faye was actually a fun bitch.
I'm just like. I just love it. They start out, but like, there's fans who kept it around for years. But he wouldn't do it if it was a shot-by-shot remake. Don't worry, it's gonna be nothing like the original show. That's basically what they're telling us.
Oh God, I hope Ed's not in this show. I can't even imagine where they're gonna take Ed.
Oh, you know exactly where they're gonna probably take Ed.
Cuties. That's where they're gonna take Ed.
No, they can't. You can't have sex appeal in the show.
Ed already was, you would kind of consider Ed gender fluid,
Well, Ed said she was a she.
Yeah, but yeah.
But it's just like, it was ambiguous for a lot of, until, she said, I'm a girl. But it's just funny to me because
they've aged Ed up.
They had to age everybody up, apparently. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know who this is for. Who is this for? Because you said that it's kept around for legions of fans. Then you go on to say that we didn't want to do a shot-by-shot remake of the anime. And I don't disagree with that because I'm like, you want to tell new stories, I understand that. But then you're talking about how the characters aren't the same as the characters in the show either. So why the hell did you just make a new show and call it something else?
Because nobody would watch it.
Exactly. But who's this for?
Good luck with that. I mean, just good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Dog's cute.
The dogs, they got the casting right for Ian. That was it. This is gonna be a fucking disaster. I have no doubt. This is gonna be one of the worst disasters ever.
And they stopped talking, but they just keep talking. So now you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of preemptive damage control because they know the fans are going to be disappointed. But you know what? Thankfully, we know Netflix doesn't care because they have millions and millions of subs and they don't care what the fans think. They've already told us that.
Right.
Thank you,
So
Kevin
you don't
Smith.
have to care about watching it.
No, you don't have to.
And like I said, if you're somebody coming into it who never watched the show might think, hey, this is pretty good. And they might, reach a lot of people that way. But it just, I don't understand why they cannot make shows for the core audience. Why they have to take shows, change every effing thing about it. I mean, if you want to tell new stories, that's okay. I understand why I tell new stories. But at least keep the characters, and they can't even do that.
Meanwhile, Netflix's biggest hit, or biggest hits are actually not remakes. Stranger Things, Witcher did really well. Even though it was based on a game, it still was the first time they did it in live action.
Was Bridgerton Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody loves Bridgerton, and it was its own book.
So, why?
That's a good question.
Why does this exist? This does not need to exist.
I mean, and I was fine with them doing it. I mean, it was like, as long as I was hoping they'd at least try. It doesn't seem like they're doing that. So, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. None of us should be surprised.
I can't remember. I'm going to be completely honest. I can't remember the last time I watched Netflix. I'm being completely honest. I watch Hulu. I watch a lot of Roku channel now because they got all kinds of channel
Disney Plus, or Discovery Plus, I mean.
I didn't even watch Disney Plus.
No, I meant Discovery Plus. I hardly watch Disney Plus either unless it's something like, I might want to watch the Behind the Attraction show because that seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't watch Disney Plus either. Now, I know Pinky Boo's going to be watching it because Miraculous Ladybug Season 4 is coming.
Yeah.
She's all about that. I'll probably be watching that with her. But I watch Hulu, Discovery Plus. I watch a lot of Viki because I watch like Korean and Chinese dramas.
Yeah, let people know that is actually a K-drama channel. You're not watching a person called Viki.
What if I was?
OnlyFans or Twitch.
Are you judging me?
I'm concerned.
Are you Viki shaming me?
Yeah, because we're married. Why are you watching?
Well, I'm not sleeping with Viki. It doesn't matter. I can look. I'm not touching.
No flicky with Viki.
You're on Netflix and chill. It's flicky with Viki.
No flicky with Viki. We're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, reviews, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.